later this day. We'll go back to this one, but in a few moments, EPHIX and di5abled should be starting their first match of the day. And we will finally get something new on the stream. Unfortunately, it won't be any of the winter maps. Both Leningrad and Rayliard Major were bans. But we will going to see something that hasn't been seen on the stream whole day. We will see breakouts. So enough for Burgundy, enough of Toujane, enough of Donville. In a moment, we will be ready, set to go. Okay, we are starting right now. First match of Group C. Team EPHIX, one of the candidates to win the whole tournament, versus di5abled, another very strong team. EPHIX as the axis here, di5abled as the allies, and let's go. Ready, set, roll. We are here to start, we are here to fight. And we'll see how EPHIX will start this match, because for the very first seconds of the round, Santan already with the nade elimination on piece. di5abled with a really slow start on the offense. Stacking same building, only right now throwing Kudis a bit further, but Elvzila was already prepared for that one. 5 versus 3, a very decent start from EPHIX, dominating the round from the very first seconds of it, and putting your rival in a very tough spot. As you know, a breakout is kind of in the middle, because it's not really that slow, but it's not really that fast. I mean, as in allies, you have the option to go for the faster B push, but you also have the options to go a bit longer way and find yourself on bomb side A. But the biggest part of this map is the fact how many buildings, how many floors you have here, because you have so many opportunities as both Axis and allies to hide, to look for sneaky angles, and to surprise your enemy. Right now, Flick is able to find Santan to make a bit more space around the B side, but the problem is that the eliminations are coming back, and even though that you get Elvzila, he was able to find EPHIX and make it 3 versus 2. Still EPHIX in a pretty comfortable spot. The only downside might be the fact that Dan is pretty far from the action, but he's slowly rotating. Rubik's right now seeking for that elimination, but not so much time for di5abled here, so they are forced to move to the side, forced to try and go find that plant on the open space. Smoke is already out of options, so now it's only Rubik's for the last few seconds. He will try to fight, but Dan with fantastic position after the rotation was able to pretty much easily get that elimination and make it 1-0 for EPHIX. So a very, very nice start for the Axis here. The first elimination from Santan, it completely shut down di5abled, even if they had any plans of going for the earlier push. But now Santan, as we see, is trying to cover a really close angle to try and prevent di5abled from taking surroundings of the B side. He's sitting in the smoke, covering that vision for scope, covering the vision for the push, and also sneaking around with that shotgun, trying to find 1 or 2 eliminations, then being able to comfortably go back where he's covered by both Icons and Elvzila. And talking about Icons, he's starting this round with another nade elimination. Now Vjoker and now Santan finally is able to lurk someone into his trap, followed by elimination from Dan, and it's another fantastic round from EPHIX. This time, only Rubik staying alive, but not for much longer, since Santan continued his journey with the shotgun, finding yet another elimination, making it 2-0 for EPHIX for a very decent start. It's still a long way to go before us, in front of us, this match, but you know that di5abled might be the underdog here, but we would like to see a kind of David Goliath story, but we might be saving those for the playoffs. Vjoker, Santan, even though that di5abled were able to get a bit further to the A side, complete stack from EPHIX was just a fantastic idea, bringing them 4 eliminations by far. EPHIX is the only one from di5abled able to put down any of the axes here, but Rubik's right now will go for the fight. Oh, they tried to go for the bash of Zila. Couldn't really look at that, so he denied it with the pistol. It is 3-0 EPHIX just having fun, just warming up here. They might be the team to come out on the top of this group, but talking about Group C, because I didn't really introduce them before. So in Group C we have Dark Horse Major, di5abled, and FPS Police from Czech Republic. Team EPHIX is the international team under the Seychelles flag. I really need to ask them why such an original choice when it comes to the flag, because I hardly doubt that they might be from Seychelles, but I might be mistaken. And also 4+1 as our European teams. di5abled and Balasci from Croatia, and Super Kids coming here from Hungary. So looking only in those names, probably EPHIX might be the favorite here to come out on top of this group, but we might be surprised after the 6-7 hours of gameplay. EPHIX with elimination, and also Rubik's Bomb is planted. This is the best looking round from di5abled by far. It's 3 versus 3, but it's already post-plant, and the smoke is still helping di5abled to find those positions. Team EPHIX first post-plant of the day, but elfzilla struggling to find that elimination. elfzilla looking for an option to find this kill, but Rubik's would be the one to actually take someone down. Icons getting elimination on Kudra's way, but Phil and Rubik's, this duo is still working, both on 2 frags this round, and now Icons is the only one standing. Only with the scope, it might be problematic. Icons right now, he's getting around. First elimination with it, but only 20 seconds on the clock. He already knows position of Rubik's, but he's not scared. He's not afraid to fight. Rubik's will just go head-to-head with Icons for the kill, for the triple, and for what's most important, the first point for di5abled. Great dodge here by Peace. di5abled are not getting tricked by those nades anymore. And now EPHIX finding elfzilla in the open space. Icons losing that scope battle. It's a fantastic start for di5abled, but right now Vjokr and Santan trying to bring this point back to EPHIX, making this 3 versus 3 through this. Great headshots. And slowly but steadily, the B side is getting more and more control coming from the allies. Bomb is planted. Vjokr is able to punish the planting guy for being so close to the bomb, for not being able to escape. But it still doesn't change the fact that Vjokr is left alone. He finds the first one, and leaves himself in the 1v1 versus Scuba. Vjokr already on the bomb, but he's looking. He has some time. And now Scuba was considering swapping for Garant, and Vjokr is using that split seconds to find that elimination, because he wasn't sure enough to go for the shot. He wasn't sure enough if he wants to keep the scope. Fantastic round from Vjokr with 4K and 4th point going to account of Team EPHIX. 4-1. And EPHIX keeping the 3-point lead. But I'm really content that we are seeing some fight from di5abled, that we do see some plan of getting around EPHIX defense, and we do see 2 consecutive plans. And the fact that EPHIX are finally getting some trouble in the defense. Icons seeking for the revenge. He lost last scope battle. He really wants to win this one, but once more di5abled will be just playing very, very slowly, hoping to find any information about Team EPHIX. But the only thing that they fight right now is that they might need to make a funeral, because their sniper is actually the one losing the scope battle this time. elfzilla pushing that advantage even further to make it 5 versus 3 on Team EPHIX. Wanting to really dominate that round. EPHIX. One elimination that gave some hope, but now Santan is going for the double. He's going for the absolute domination, because he now seeks the third elimination, and he will get it for the triple kill. And for another quick point for Team EPHIX. di5abled, they once more went back to this very slow style, to the turtle style, we can even call it. hiding in your shell in this one house near the spawn, giving EPHIX lots of space to push for the better positions, to go for the better duels, and to get even more and more information. The problem is that if you are stuck in one certain spot, first of all, you give EPHIX a lot of space themselves, but also you give them much, much smaller targets to aim for with the grenades. And now we see the push coming from EPHIX. The nades were only cover. Already 3 eliminations coming from the Axis here. Allies are fighting back, but this fight is definitely not the one from the events. It is 3 versus 1 now. Only Tsuba trying to get points number 2 for his team, trying to fight for the glory of Disabled. But Team EPHIX is just toying with him, keeping him in this one particular corner of the map. Viokor decided to stop this Hans, put an end to all of this, and mark the 6 points on Team EPHIX. They're almost halfway through this match, through the points that they need to the victory. And Santan once more looking for the push. Santan, Elfzila. Elfzila actually will be traded. A great nade coming from Fake. But now Santan with the cover of those nades, with the cover of smoke, what's more important, can go really close on the B side. Great shot, but another fantastic nade. Problem is that Santan was not the only one closing, Dan as well. And Icons staying behind those boxes, so he might be a very unpleasant surprise. He sees one. Gets information about second. Kudis finds a headshot before Icons. He's able to escape, but his position might be really hard to defend. This spot did not give any chances, and Dan was just waiting patiently for Kudis to pick from the smoke and get an easy open kill. 7-1 EPHIX completely dominating the match. There was a moment, there were 2 rounds where Disabled were putting a really good fight back, where pushing EPHIX backs in those early attempts, but right now EPHIX just felt completely comfortable with whatever they know that they can do whatever they want on the server, and are now just going for very aggressive pushes to limit any space that Disabled might use. And even though that B side is very close to the ally spawn, it still seems like a fortress. They could just not penetrate from Disabled side, but actually we might see first plant from in a while. Santan already denying it, coming close with the shotgun and taking those precious seconds in the smoke. Tsuba trying to pick from the above to look for anything more with that scope, but all of EPHIX players are hidden right now. Tsuba had the chance, but he gave his position, and Dan was already here to punish him for this. Rubik's a great flank, but he only finds 1 elimination, and it's definitely not enough to put a fight. EPHIX with another point, 8-1. This might be the quickest match that we have seen on the stream. To remind you, the fastest one that we've had today, on stream of course, on my stream of course, because I haven't seen the second stream, is 13-3 in the first round. Ooh, Icons, what a fantastic shot to win the scope button, and Elfzila in the same time getting faked down. It's 5 versus 3. Once again, EPHIX with a very fast opening. Kudis looking for any sort of revenge here. Finds Santan with the nade. At least Disabled are now able to punish Santan for those very early pushes, for those very aggressive positions. But the problem is that Santan is the only guy that is actually destined to do that. That is specifically meant to go far, specifically meant to go for those very uncomfortable angles that you have to check, and you know there might be a shotgun. It is a tough in battle to win. And all of EPHIX players are still waiting in the back, seeking for those eliminations, feeling the smell of blood. They are getting one after another with another dominating point. 9-1, EPHIX completely stomping the first half of Breakout, sorry. And only 4 more points separate them from the first win of the day. Thick. That's some nice openings. By far, he's the best player on disabled side with 7 eliminations. He was also able to cause some chaos with those nades. And right now, he will be the one taking first kill of the round. elfzilla eliminated. It brings some spades around the B side, but done already. With a great shot. And what's more important, Vyokor is on the back. We'll see if this position makes any difference. Vyokor, oh, they might completely not expect him. Vyokor, but he's not getting kill. He gave up his position, but right now it puts Disabled in a very uncomfortable spot. If they are not able to take him down, Vyokor might just hold them for a really long time, giving EPHIX even more space right there. The big spine's done. Now Kudis, now EPHIX. It might be another point for Disabled, because Vyokor was not able to fully use that position, to use it to its extent. And right now, Disabled were fighting on 2 battlefields, winning both of them, leaving Icons in a 1 versus 4 situation. The bomb is ticking, but it seems like this might be unwinnable even for Icons. He finds the first one, but the time is ticking. Only 45 seconds on the clock. And Breakout is the kind of map where if you give out the control, there are 3 enemies. You have so many spaces to check. You don't have really smoke to cover yourself. You have 1 nade to maybe clean some positions. But it won't be enough, especially that piece already came by with the shotgun. And Icons is not ready for that kind of fight. 9-2, fantastic round from Disabled. And what's more, the fact they were able to deny Vyokor any value from such a great position. This definitely should have been rewarded with the point, and it was. It's 9-2. It's still lots of rounds that they have to cover. Lots of rounds that they have to win if they want to have any chance to come back into this match. But hey, any point matters. Maybe this 1 round will be crucial to their be or not to be in the playoffs. Sometimes it goes to situations like that with those tiebreakers. I'm not really sure what tiebreaker rules we use, because they are hardly ever used, but you need to be prepared for those kind of situations. Icons. Really nice nades. It finds no one. And Kudis finds something. For the last few rounds, the shotgun coming from EPHIX was maybe not even ignored, was completely obliterated. Icons having some trouble after the nade, but they are not precise enough to completely take his HP. Dan in some kind of trouble. Vyokor with elimination, but Dan has to go down here. 3 versus 4. And a nice plant on B side. Icons. He is close to the situation, but EPHIX was already getting ahead of him, getting that headshot, making this 4 versus 2. This might be another point for Disabled, but elfzilla now finds EPHIX. It's 2 versus 3, and still half time for EPHIX to defuse that bomb. Vyokor and elfzilla, they have to go fast. But right now, Kudis with a fantastic spray to deny elfzilla any more eliminations, and putting Vyokor on low HP. Has to wait some time to heal. And I don't think it is possible for him to win this round, especially that Kudis is on fire. Another triple coming from Disabled player. It is 3-9. So a really nice finish from Disabled here, getting a few more points to try and put a bit of a fight, to maybe try and make any form of comeback here. A moment, because Icon spilled a drink, so we will wait a second till he gets everything cleaned up. And in a moment, of course, we will be back with the second half of Breakout. The score is still hardly in favor of Team EPHIX, but Disabled, they've shown us that they actually can fight against EPHIX. They do have a way of winning those rounds, and they are capable of winning those aim fights, which I think might be the most important part, because sometimes even when you surprise the teams, even if you played well strategically, your rival was just so good aim and mechanically wise that you just couldn't really win this fight. And even if you're putting them in unreal situations like 1v2, 1v3, 1v4, we're still coming out on top because they were just a better player when it came to the shooting side of the game. But as we see, Disabled are definitely some skilled shooters here. Okay, and as I see, we should be ready to continue in 5 seconds. Team EPHIX right now taking the ally side and Disabled, of course, as the axis here.
Yes, sir!
Let's see if they will also go with the more passive style in the offense, or we'll see EPHIX pushing it further than their enemies. Right now, a really slow checkup, but Vyokor already pretty far away. Near the red, he knows that there's at least one player there. He gives that information, and for now, works as a kind of a watchtower for Team EPHIX, seeking for any useful information. Santan. Push to the red, and he's waiting for anyone to come here. EPHIX already with pretty great positions, but scope is still there, and you cannot forget about that one. Kuba hitting down, but Vyokor with this elimination on Peace might have just opened completely the side. Only Fig has any control over the B side. And also those long-range rifles. Kuba right now struggling a bit, but they are not able to get him down. Unlike Rubik, who is losing this fight to Vyokor. Fig finds Santan, so at least the red building is taken back by the Axis here. And Vyokor tries to go for his third. Vyokor with the push. He cannot win this one. Suba find him. Kudis wanted to help. Actually, it was kind of the knife in the back, getting the team kill in that spot, making this clutch a bit easier for Icons. He's now with the scope, and he cannot find a shot quick enough to deal with Kudis. Great movement by him, recognizing that if your rival have a scope, you just have to run left and right, left and right, left and right to make the shot as hard as possible, especially that you are with the machine gun that lets you just completely spam out your enemy. 4-9, yet another point won by Disabled, and slowly and steadily they are building some kind of a score here, maybe even some kind of a comeback, especially that Peace finds Vyokor at the very beginning of the rounds. And even though that EPHIX for a long period of time were able to nonchalantly get those points, with not much of a sweat broken from them, right now they are struggling to get a single point for the last few rounds. And it seems like it might not change for a while. EPHIX losing those entry duels, losing many of the following ones, as Dan did right now. And Disabled just putting themselves a bit higher in those last few points. Suba finds Santan. It is now 5 versus 2. And EPHIX is completely wiped out by Disabled. What a fantastic round. Clean win from Disabled, 5-9. And it really starts to seem like a possible comeback for Disabled. Let's see if they are getting their hopes for nothing, or actually EPHIX might be the team tasting the defeat here. Icons spotted one already, giving comments where this nades might be located for the biggest opportunity of elimination. Vyokor, the fast push once more, but again, the one scope working perfectly is the one on Disabled side. Once more, Tsuba with fantastic elimination, but this time EPHIX going for the quick push. But what's a quick push? What's a plant? If Disabled just finds 2 more eliminations and leave you in the 2 versus 5. 2 versus 4 right now because Santan is able to get one, but Tsuba, beside a scope, he also was able to find Peace. Peace with a shotgun. And it's now Vyokor in the 1 versus 4 situation. Lots of time. Vyokor finds the first one. Vyokor trying to win this with aim. Vyokor going out of the building, but the bomb is being defused, and it seems like Vyokor cannot really do much about it. Vyokor finds the second one, But it didn't really even matter because the bomb is still being defused by Kudis. And it is point number 6, 5 in a row coming from Disabled. Are we witnesses of the big upset at the very beginning of Group C and D? Will it be EPHIX starting the group stage with the loss? Or will they be able to wake up and get those last 4 points? Suba. He was a huge help, those last 2-3 points. After the team change, because now in the defense, in the Axis side, his scope can finally get some more attention and definitely some more eliminations for him. Santan. Really close in that fight, but now Dan was covering that spot and Kudis couldn't really get away with that. Dan still in the fight. Dan pushed by Rubix. In the meantime, Fig getting Vjokr down. Some more space being opened up near the B sides, and Dan. A huge fight. If EPHIX loses here, they completely lose control of this part of the map, and then Peace and Fig might have much more space to go for the plan. They did either way. So for now the bomb is taking, and now Suba with the double, Fig with another one, leaving Icons solo in this clutch. EPHIX are completely dismantled those last few points. And even if Icons finds 2 kills here, it's still 40 seconds. In this breakout, it's not the best maps when it's not the best map when it comes to those retakes. Icons finds the 3rd one. This might actually be one of the best clutches, but Rubix, as the last line of defense, is able to get him eliminated, and is able to get this bomb defused, even though the Icons was fighting. Didn't really even matter since 7-9 and Disabled really easily could have made that retake. 7-9, 4-0 after the swap. And EPHIX struggling more and more on this offense side. Yeah, not putting great performances the allies. On the other hand, Disabled are absolutely flawless. At least for now, Elvzila. He finds the first elimination. Long time till we have seen EPHIX starting with the kill. Suba, Elvzila once more. 4 versus 3. I think it might be the best occasion EPHIX got in a while to get a point. Peace. Try to rush Elvzila to get this kill back. But Elvzila was already prepared for another fight, so it is free for him. Leaving only Fig and Rubix. Icons. Cutting Rubix out of position, so now it's only Fig. Fighting for this round, but EPHIX have lots of space opened. Go and fight the plant and Vjokr. Seems like the bomb will be planted on bomb site A. Fig was able to eliminate Santan, but still 3 more people to go. Fig. Seems like this one time they cannot get out of the trouble. And it will be finally Elvzila getting that 4th elimination, 10-7. Team EPHIX finally being able to get another points after 6 rounds of nothing, after 6 rounds of losing. It's finally their time to shine, to get something for themselves, but 1 point is definitely not enough. They really want that 13. They are not interested in a loss. They are not interested in a draw here. Kudis. Looking to hunt down one of the allies here. He will actually find Dan, but Dan was already with 1 kill here. Santan as well. The lead is for EPHIX. And Kudis. Looking for something more, looking to be a hero here. For now, only one of Disabled players have positive KD, and Kudis definitely would like to fix his. especially in such round where they are 2 versus 3 Rubik's from the window. But EPHIX seems like they are getting grasp of this match again. It is only Rubik's fighting for his life. But I don't think in that spot he can deny 11th point to EPHIX. Yes, sir! It is Team EPHIX winning another one. Only 2 more rounds needed to win. And the performance from di5abled was kind of mixed up. We had better rounds, we had worse rounds. But for now, oh, Elfzila starting one of his worst rounds since Dan is eliminated by his own main EPHIX. Also finding Santan, so it is a quick 2-man lead for di5abled. It might also lead to EPHIX being completely pushed out of the side. Icons finds something. Might bring an opening here. Icons in a very important fight. He's not able to win this duel, but Vyokor finds Kudis. Unfortunately for EPHIX, Rubik's is there to refrag, so it is 3 versus 2. di5abled still having control of this round. Peace finds Elfzila, and now it's only Icons. So we've seen him many times in the clutches like that. But with the scope, it was just too hard for him to win any of those. Icons. Still looking, but there are just too many spaces. This is not map for this kind of place. And Rubik's was just patiently waiting for his rival to show up, because he knew that sooner or later he will need to show up to the side. 11-8. di5abled still hoping to get a victory here, and if not victory, maybe even a tie would have been a good result. And Dan's life is not easy on this map. Again, Nate under his legs, even if it's not his teammates, it still hurts, and it still leaves EPHIX with 1 man down. Santan finding Kudis to even things up. 4 versus 4. And the last nade from di5abled was already thrown. EPHIX still holding the 3 of those. They might be kept for the moment where they post plants. And if they will be cleaning positions after setting up towards the bomb, or even they might use them to go further to the side, finally get an opportunity to win and shine. EPHIX still in the fight, but the bomb is already being planted. EPHIX catching Elfzila. But it's still good enough from him that he was able to plant in such a difficult position. With rival breathing on your neck, Santan will make sure that this sacrifice won't go for nothing. He finds peace. 3 versus 3. The time is ticking. The scope is taken, but Rubik's completely waiting out Santan here. Santan was not expecting that Rubik's will still be there. Especially that it's only 30 seconds right now, and both Icons and Vyokor try to take advantage of that. With those 2 eliminations, they leave Tsuba in a completely unwinnable spot, because he's now 20 seconds, no smoke, and no security, and no information to work with. So it seems like this bomb will be exploding, and Team EPHIX, in the worst case scenario, they will draw this map, because Tsuba cannot defend this one, cannot defuse it. There is no way of winning from where he is, and Vyokor will put an end of his misery. 12-8, 4 chances for EPHIX to win this match, and if so, if they even don't use all of them correctly, still they will be maybe not happy, but pretty content with the draw. It's still not a bad result coming from them. Icons looking for that scope, but all he found was a headshot from EPHIX. Tsuba as well. Great positioning and even better shooting coming here from the axis. Dan struggling a bit with EPHIX, but good crosser movement helps him getting his first elimination for himself. 2 versus 1 in the terms of kills, 4 versus 3 in the terms of players. But it's still di5abled team that is in the lead. The bomb is planted. Santan once again working with the smoke here. Done. Santan and Elvzila, can they do it? Can they hold the site for 41 more seconds? They are already on the bomb, but still Elvzila is holding this. 2 players left. 2 players that might be the heroes here, but Suba finds Elvzila. Kudis deals with Santan. He was looking for a good spot. He was looking for the plant spot, so he would have seen the guy defusing, but the nade was already waiting there for him as an unpleasant surprise and a pleasant 9th point for Disabled. Suba with that scope. He did a lot of good with it, but now Fake denying that push from Santan. Done, a fantastic spot found by him. Fake was pretty much surprised, so it gives finally EPHIX the pushback that they needed. Pretty much they need only one more round to win. They need only this 1 point to secure the victory. And Disabled are fighting for that draw. EPHIX playing this slowly as well. EPHIX thinking about going to the B side. 2 players stuck there, and also Tsuba looking out with scope. So it will be very important in this round if EPHIX can break through this defense before Tsuba and Kudis are able to do even more. Yoker finds peace, leaves B side under only 1 player's control. Finally we do see Tsuba trying to rotate Kudis. Also doing a lot of work on that side to keep enemy as far from it as he possibly can. 40 seconds to go. Still EPHIX without a comfortable space to plant. They are forcing down Rubik. So EPHIX might actually use this terrain for the plant. But the problem is that you would need a person to plant. Rubik's is trying to deny this one. Icons eliminate. Kudis waiting. He will take the matter into his own hands. He's going for the very aggressive push, and it finds Elvzila. It's now only 1 man standing. Vyokor. We've seen him in some clutches, but it doesn't matter because Tsuba is better in this duel. It's 12-10, and Disabled are still in the game, are still in the fight for this tie. But this time, finally, Icons is able to find the enemy sniper. Icons with another fantastic shot, eliminating Kudis. Big saving this segment with that 1 kill on Santan. If this was 5 versus 3, this might have been over. But now 4v3. It is still in range of Disabled players. But Rubik's have to do a really good job here, especially that he's alone. Finds Dan. He's able to run away. And EPHIX slowing down once more. It's 3 versus 3. They cannot risk this one. Especially that now they lost one of the players already. Even 2 of them. Rubik's. Might actually go into the trap. Elvzila trying to cover back. And the escape mission would be successful, but you also have to defend the bomb for 45 seconds. Disabled already being killed, but Vyokor finds elimination of Elvzila as well. It is 3 versus 1, and it seems like this might be the end, because they should know where Peace is located. He's still fighting, but Vyokor is keeping him completely shut from the side. He cannot get any closer to the bomb. Vyokor finally finds this elimination, so Team EPHIX with a bit of the struggle, but they do win their first match of the day. 13 to EPHIX, 10 to Disabled. So EPHIX starting Group C with the victory.